Water pollution. So it occurs when harmful substances, often chemicals or microorganisms, contaminate a stream, river, lake, ocean, aquifer, or other body of water, degrading water quality and rendering it toxic to humans or the environment. Now, the causes of water pollution are the toxic substances coming from farms, towns, and factories readily dissolve into and mix with the water. Water pollution can also affect the water that we are actually drinking. And unsafe water or contaminated water, once ingested, weighs severe implications to human health. Contaminated water has certain bacteria, virus, or any parasites that can lead to an intestinal infection. Now, there are certain diseases that contaminated water can transmit to human beings. First is the diarrhea. It is characterized with loose, watery stools and possibly more frequent bowel movements. It is possibly caused by a bacteria, parasite, or even virus that leads to the infection on the intestinal tract. Next is cholera. It is an acute diarrheal illness caused by infection of the intestine with Vibrio cholerae bacteria. So this disease only has one cause, which is the bacteria called Vibrio cholerae. And since it is an acute diarrheal illness, it shows manifestation of diarrhea, which has loose watery stools with frequent bowel movements. Then we have dysentery. This actually can be considered as severe since the stool here already contains a blood or mucus, which means that the intestinal infection is already severe and needs a prompt medical attention. Typhoid fever can also be a result when a person drinks contaminated water. It is caused by Salmonella typhi bacteria, which may cause stomach pain, weakness, diarrhea, cough, and loss of appetite. Some infected person manifest a rash of flat, rose-colored spots. Lastly, we have polio. It is a life-threatening disease caused by a virus that affects the nervous system. One can have polio when a person ingested a contaminated water with the stool of an infected person, but it can happen very rare since hinumanat mainuman tubig na mida tayo ngayon an infected person na mida polio, diba? Aside from those common diseases, once ang tao na makakarigo ha polluted water, it can actually make his or her skin dry due to an irritation. So, ang tao mangangatulituya, then magda-dry ang iya skin due to the bacteria and any microorganism present ha polluted water na iyagin kariguan. According to UNESCO 2021 World Water Development Report, about 829,000 people die each year from diarrhea caused by unsafe drinking water, sanitation, and hand hygiene, including nearly 300,000 children under the age of 5, representing 5.3% of all deaths in this age group. In fact, according to the World Health Organization in 2019, the impact on child mortality rates is devastating, with more than 297,000 children under 5 who die annually from diarrheal diseases due to poor sanitation, poor hygiene, and including unsafe drinking water. So, contaminated water really took a toll, especially on children, since ang mga bata, diba, curious sila ha world and they actually love playing outside, including stepping on a contaminated water and even ingesting it. So, hira talagang pinaka-common na recipient han mga diseases caused by water pollution or a contaminated water. And ang pinaka-best way talaga to avoid getting those diseases is proper hygiene, especially ha mga bata. So parents should teach their children to practice proper hygiene, including also themselves, because hygiene promotes health safety through killing any microorganisms present on the environment and on the body of a person. And one more thing no is let's try to minimize or simply avoid drinking tap water coming from our faucets. Nga lang kita inumhan tubig na tikang refilling stations since ang tubig nga to is na-filter pa yan maupay so mas safe pa ya imnon. Diri pareha sa tubig nato na atong gripo, may pa kasi tendency, may pa chances na pwede pa yan makontaminate. Depende kung nga tikang ang tubig na naada atong gripo. So in order for us to not expose ourselves with contaminated water, let's just be careful no kung ano ang giniinom.